Early Sunday morning, Prattville Police Department started an investigation to the murder of John M. Taylor, the residents of Prattville. Late last night, two suspects were taken into custody, one being a 14-year-old black male, the other being a 15-year-old black male. Both being held in Montgomery charged with murder of Mr. Taylor at this time. Third subject is being sought at this time in connection with this case. That subject is spelling the first name S-A-N-T-W-O-N-E, Cornelius Jones. Date of birth 6/5/91, black male. Address of 1203 Bragg Street. Murder warrant has been issued for Mr. Jones at this time. All suspects were from Montgomery. Working with the DA at this point to attempt to have the 14 and the 15-year-old to be charged as adults, but that'll be worked through with the courts with the DA's office at this time. But again, both of them are being held in Montgomery under murder charges. Prattville Police Department this time would like to thank the Montgomery Sheriff's Office for their aid last night in apprehending these people. We'd also like to thank the news media for assisting us getting this information out as we released it. And then we'd like to thank the public for all the calls we received once the information was put on the media and Facebook and other social media assets. And then I'd like to thank the officers that were involved for all the hard work, long hours they put in. And then you can see represented by the police department, sheriff's office, DA's office, and the mayor's office. So we took this case without a doubt very seriously, and we hope to send a strong message to all that want to come to Prattville and try and commit crimes that we are going to pursue you relentlessly until we catch you. So this case is still under investigation, but at this point, Mr. Taylor was a target for a robbery that escalated into taking his life, and we'll be looking at further charges, and we'll be pending on all the subjects involved. So at this point, that's all I have. Mayor, you got anything like that?
Well, I'd just like to reiterate and thank the chief and his department for everything they've done.
I apologize. Okay. Because of audio purposes. Go ahead.
Well, I'd just like to thank Chief Thompson and his department for acting on this quickly. You know, it's still, Prattville is still a very safe community, and it's because of our law enforcement here, our first responders, and everything that they have done. And to reiterate what Chief Thompson said is that the public did get involved in this somewhat, and I appreciate everything, all the information, because our police department is only as strong as our community, and the more information, the more help, because the public are part of the eyes and the ears of the community. So the more information, if you see something, say something, and that's how we make Prattville safe. And I hope this is a message to everybody that Prattville is a tight community and a safe community. So thank you, Chief.
Chief, could you elaborate a little bit on what led to all this and why this gentleman was targeted, sort of a time frame as to what happened?
Like I said, it's still under investigation. We have some other charges to be pending, so we're not going to talk about anything that led up to the point other than the assistance we got from the news media and the calls we started getting that helped us get to the point we're at today. Like I said, there are some investigations still going on in this case we don't really need to talk about until we can get this other subject apprehended. And we understand that he is probably on the run at this point, but we'll send a message to him that you might as well just turn yourself in because you will be apprehended.
Whether he turns himself in or you guys get him, do you anticipate any additional arrests?
We feel like the three that we're looking at now are only three involved.
Who found the body of the little constable?
It was called in by a citizen. Sheriff, you got anything? DA's office? Y'all need to comment on that?
Excuse me, can I get a clarification on the address of the crime scene?
We will in just a second.
Okay.
The two individuals that are in custody with charge of murder, after the investigation is completed, when the DA's office has a chance to review the case, a completed investigation will make a final decision based on charges. But right now, we just want to say that the law enforcement here has done an outstanding job, and we look forward to continue working with them on the investigation as we try to find this third suspect.
CJ, can you elaborate what was the deciding factor to charge them with murder, considering their ages?
Well, I mean, right now, the situation we have a homicide. We have somebody that was shot, we have somebody that appears that the motive for the crime looks like something that we certainly want to look into. We don't want to make any snap judgments. We want to be sure we have the completed case file and give these gentlemen a chance to do their job. Right now, we understand we may have a piece of the puzzle. We want to give them a chance to finish their investigation, look at all the paperwork, look at all the witness statements, and then make a final decision going forward. But right now, we feel like we've got a good idea of what happened, but obviously there's still a third person that we're looking for. So when we find that person, hopefully that'll help bring the whole puzzle.
Whether it be you or the chief, can you tell us a little bit more about who Michael Taylor was? Was he a Prattville native, somebody from out of state?
Well, I think that would probably be a question for Chief Thompson. That may be something that, as they're putting this investigation together, that may be something that they want to use to try to actually make the motive for the crime, or maybe where the crime occurred. That may be relevant to that. So I'll let Chief Thompson speak to that if he wants to release that information.
Was any of this caught on camera?
You're talking about the actual assault?
The assault, and was he shot to death?
I can't comment on the evidence right now.
Or was it captured on surveillance?
Again, I can't comment on the evidence that we have. And so when if there's a preliminary hearing in the case, any evidence we have, we'll refer to it at that point. But right now, especially with there being a third suspect out there, that's just not something I can answer.
What about Michael Taylor, Chief? Can you tell us about who he was?
All we're gonna talk about Mr. Taylor is he was a resident of Prattville, and we're gonna respect the family and not going to, I mean, they're having to go through enough as it is, so he was a resident of Prattville.
Any idea why he was up and around at that hour overnight?
Not going to elaborate on it, but it was common for him to be where he was at from witnesses we talked to.
But they didn't know each other.
The suspects.
Taylor and the suspect.
No, sir. And as far as where Mr. Taylor was found, he was found in front of Sterling Bank on Cobbs Ford Road. And that concludes our conference. Thank y'all for coming.